Everybody, and welcome to my channel. It's Bee from Bespoke Crafts. So today's card, it's a wedding card for my beautiful daughter-in-law's brother and his partner, and they're getting married in October, I believe. And she wanted some autumnal colours, so which is why I've done the colour scheme that I've done, and I've done lots of different colour golds. So what I'm going to have to watch how I'm doing this, because I did a voiceover and I sounded a bit rough, so I've had to delete that and go over it again. So these are the flowers that I've used, and there must be about 30 in there, and I just picked out a random amount because I wanted to do buttonholes for the lads. So yeah, I'd already made these, so you won't see me making those. But on the back of on the card panel itself, I'd got these maple leaves, because when I looked up, maple leaves are for love. And what I'm showing you here is a card that I've made, and it's using this leaf, the gold one there that I was just pointing at. And on the card, I'm going to show you again in a minute, I'd put this gold Winsor & Newton ink on, which is here. I'd put it on it, and then I just sort of stamped it over in 2 or 3 places on the card, which you'll see. Here it comes. Now, and it's lovely. It really is. It's come out really, really well. And I thought the same thing would be really nice for this maple leaf on this card, but it didn't work. I just did one of it and it just didn't look right at all. So I did that, turned it over, scrapped it and tried again. Again, I'm using the same flowers there, which they are so versatile. You can make them as funky as you want with the colours that you want. But yeah, I do love this selection. I'm not sure, I've got some of them are Tim Holtz, don't know what the other ones are. So I've got this maple leaf, and I've used this gold ink, and I've literally just, you'll see me, I'm just brushing it onto it, so it's not fully covered, which you'll be able to see. And then I do a bit of smooshing with what's left for actually the panel itself as a background. The sentiments on there, I just put, so the top one says, the meaning of the maple leaf is enjoying love, strength and beauty, and a beautiful journey through life together. So it's Lee and Luke, like a maple, your love will grow stronger through every season that life may show. And then I've just got these little maple leaves again, that I've just done in gold cardstock. So yeah, I really am pleased with the way that that's come out, and I've already shown it to my daughter-in-law, and she loves it as well. So that's the main thing. Oh yeah, and there you go. That's the card. So I'm going to start off and start talking about how the card came together. So yeah, off we go with that now. So here's the maple leaves that I've chosen. I have only done 2 of them, and this is where we're going to start and get messy. This ink is absolutely gorgeous. It really, really is. I just wanted some to splatter with, but I'm using it for a lot more than that. So as you can see, I'm just popping it on with a brush, and not giving it the full coverage. I don't want it all to be a complete dark colour. So yeah, here we go with that. I got this off Amazon. I think it was about $4.99, I think. I'll try and find a link for it, and I'll put it in my description where you'll find links for everything else that I use. So this is where I'm thinking, oh, what am I going to do with this? I know, let's splat it. So that is what I'm doing, literally just throwing it on. Throwing it on, spreading it out, because it's still, obviously it's got that little bit of shimmer from it, from the mica that's in it, and just adding little bits just to add that little bit of extra depth in different places. And the card that I'm using, this is a 7x7, and I've cut the panel down to, I think it's 6.5 by 6.5, and it's, like I say, it's a pearlized cardstock that's really nice. It's actually, I bought these off Facebook Marketplace, and a guy was selling packs of them for, I think, packs of 10, about $1.99 with the envelopes, which is an absolute steal. I need to find him again to buy some more. So these are the little leaves that I'm using, and when you see that I'm cutting out, I'm only going to use this little piece of gold. That's all I'm using. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2. Yeah, I've got 7 on there. But I'm also, you'll see in a second, that when I've done it, I've actually got parts of it where there wasn't enough to cut the full leaf out. So I've just put it across the edge, because I do like to see bits coming off the edge, if you understand what I mean. You'll see what I mean in a minute anyway. I've done this sentiment on my my scan and cut, which I do all my card verses for that. I'm just looking out what I'm going to dress this card. And that's one of the can you see that how I've cut it so that it just you've got one straight edge and it goes over. I did all this, took a picture of it to show my daughter-in-law, and then I didn't put them down like this. So, yeah, just gluing them down now. I'm using the Gina Connect glue. It is the only glue that I use apart from Collall. And it sticks down really well as well. You know, sometimes when you put in some glossy parts on it, it's difficult to get your pieces to stick down. And you can see the other side of that was where I'd tried smooshing it and changed my mind. So you'll hear Merlin in the background as well. You might hear some humming as well. I've just put some bread in. I'm going to make some bread cakes for tea. And I'm also feeling a lot better after this chest infection, pneumonia, it turned out. So yeah, never mind, eh? So yeah, so I've just put them on some pads just to give it that extra dimension, and literally just putting the card together. Bit of thinking time there, working out how do I want it. The buttonholes as well, they are as identical as I could get them. Yeah, totally identical, as much as I possibly could. And to wrap at the bottom of them, I've got some brown cord that I've wrapped them up in, and also some really gold thin twine, just to sort of bring the autumny colours back in with the brown. Now when you take your backers off, I can't think of your phone pads. If you put a little bit of glue, or I'm using a glue stick, it literally gives you that little bit of wriggle room. I'm going to stick these down onto this this first panel, and then I'm going to put some sticky pads on the back of it as well, of the flowers, simply just because it's going to elevate it up. You'll hear Monty paddling about next to me, just keeps coming up and nudging me and staring at me. He wants something to eat, he wants some treats, and he hasn't had his breakfast. I'm being a bad mummy, I'm not giving him any. He can have some if he has his breakfast. So there you go, that's sticking this all down together. Can I just take this opportunity to thank everybody for liking, subscribing, and putting your comments on my videos. I really do appreciate it. Can I also ask you to check your subscriptions, please, because I really am trying to get to 500. And I keep getting emails saying that people are subscribing, but it's not showing on my numbers. I think I'm on 495. So I am going to do a little giveaway as well when I get to 500 as a little celebratory thing just to thank everybody. So, and that's just going to consist of some stamps, dies, paper pads or pad, depending on what I've got. Some of the stamps and dies will have been used, obviously. Although I have got one that I bought and I just don't like it. So you can have it. And it's a Sizzix one actually. It's the anyway, I'll show you a bit later on when I get to 500. So here we go, sticking everything down again, making sure it's centered. Now this needs a little bit of wiggling around because I don't want it over any of the verse at the top. So I just have to shuffle that about a bit and then glue all the little bits of cord and everything down together. I've only glued it in the middle, so the edges are still frayed and still move. But I do like the different golds with it. So just looking at the final placement of these last few leaves to go on. As you can see all the way through the video, hopefully you're still here at this point. I do whiz through quite a bit, especially when it's I'm just doing the same thing, like sticking these on. So I'm going to use foam tape, and I've got the wider foam tape as well, which I get from Sticks Too, which is brilliant. Love this stuff. You get it in a massive reel. I can't think how much it was. It's about £16 for this big one, but it is huge. I'm not sure how, like I say, how big the reel is. I do go a little bit overboard. I don't like saggy cards. And I'm going to pop some glue on. I prefer to use the glue stick simply because it just saves my connect glue. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you for the next one. Okay, bye for now, everybody. Bye.